I read in Genesis chapter 2 how that the Lord planted a garden eastward in Eden. And I also read in that same chapter how that God formed man from the earth and he put him in the garden to dress it and to keep it. I personally feel that when I'm out working in the yard, planting a garden, dressing it and keeping it, that I'm doing the work that God originally intended for Adam, his wife, Eve, and their children. There's something about taking what God has given us and dressing it, keeping it, building on it, beautifying it, increasing it, being responsible for it. I believe that to whom much is given, much is required. The larger the piece of dirt, the more gardens you can plant. I don't fully understand how people who choose to live in a high-rise, in a city, can understand and feel what I'm talking about. There seems to be an anger in the city. There seems to be a frustration in the city. There seems to be a disconnect in the city. And there wasn't a city in the Garden of Eden. There would have been a community eventually, but that is substantially different from a city. Often we find in a city there's social unrest, inequality, crime, hurt, pain. We talk about wanting to change our world, and I know that sociologists have told us, at least during my lifetime, and it probably goes back many lifetimes, that we have to change our environment. I guess I tend to agree with that. If the opportunity comes for a person to get out of the city, get out of that environment that seems to breed so much wrong, find a piece of property somewhere, somehow, and dress it and keep it. Turn it into what your imagination, what your growing skills can provide for. Become a little self-sufficient. Get a dog. That's my morning thoughts.